Hi everyone, welcome to Back Academy. I'm Yashasvi Chindara. Today, let us continue with the most important questions of medieval history. So, we've already covered the most important questions of ancient history. Go through that series. And now, today, in a series, we'll try to cover the medieval Indian history's most important questions. Okay, frequently asked in various civil services, other state services, etc. So, they are very important. Fine, let us look at who among the first question. Who among the following rulers of medieval Gujarat surrendered Diu to Portuguese? So, if you look at when you are talking about Portuguese and all, it usually comes under advent of Europeans. Okay, so in the advent of Europeans, when we look at Nino da Canha, okay, Nino da Canha from 1529 to 1538, okay, he moved the headquarters from Cochin to Goa. So by then, Goa was already in their hands, and the Portuguese secured the island of Basen. So there is a Treaty of Basen. In that, the Portuguese secured island of Basen and its dependencies from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat in 1534. Very important. But their relations soured after Humayun withdrew from Gujarat, leading to a confrontation in which Bahadur Shah was killed by the Portuguese in 1537. Okay, so if you look at Bahadur Shah, we are talking about advent of Europeans, right? So around C. In around 1535, subjugation of Diu. Okay, in around 1535, Diu was under the control of Portuguese. This is the Portuguese. In 1498, this is also very important. In 1498, Vasco da Gama came to Calicut. At that time, the king was Zamorin. Very important. And they established first Portuguese port at Kochi in 1503 and second one at Cananore. After that, they defeat of the combined fleet of Gujarat, Egypt, and Zamorin by the Portuguese governor Francisco Almeida. And also Francisco Almeida is famous for the blue water policy. Very important. Recently asked question. And he also captured Goa from Bijapur. And next, Goa was declared as the capital in 1530. And Nino da Kanha, he had taken Diu from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat, not the Bahadur Shah of Mughals, Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. Okay, and that is Treaty of Basen. They have taken island of Basen, etc. And also, uh, you can say the Portuguese were a powerful force. I mean, they had a very strong navy. So in 1534, the Bahadur Shah of Gujarat, he signed the Treaty of Basen and he ceded Diu. Okay, along with Diu, he has also given other what territories like Vasai, etc., and many other islands. And also Daman, if you look at the what is it, Daman and Diu, they are two islands, right? So Diu was taken in around 1534, 35, like that. You can say 1535. And later on, Daman, again, Daman was taken in 1559. Remember all those dates also. Anyway, here the answer will be Bahadur Shah. Okay, Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. Who among the following rulers of medieval Gujarat? Okay, Bahadur Shah, he surrendered Diu to Portuguese. And who was there? Nino da Canha. Okay, Nino da Canha was there at that time. He was the what is it, the Portuguese representative. Fine. So second question: who among the following rulers of Vijayanagara Empire constructed a large dam across Tungabhadra River and a canal cum aqueduct several kilometers long from the river to the capital city? So fine. So Vijayanagara Empire is also very important. We have to look at in 1410 Devaraya I. Okay, remember this. Devaraya one built this what do you say large dam across Tungabhadra River. Okay, and at that time, Fernão Nunes was the traveler. Remember, these travelers are also very important. Barbosa and Domingos Pais during Krishnadevaraya, and all those things are very important. Fernão Nunes traveled during the period of Devaraya one. Okay, remember that, very important. Fernão Nunes traveled during Devaraya one, and he wrote in his accounts that several projects were undertaken and the kingdom is very prosperous, all those things. So there he had also written that large dam across Tungabhadra river was several kilometers from river to the capital city. Okay, that is Devaraya one. So consider the following statements. This is very important question. So in the revenue administration of Delhi Sultanate, the in charge of revenue collection was known as Amil. So we're talking about revenue collection, Delhi Sultanate. And we're talking about Ikta system of Sultans of Delhi was an ancient indigenous institution. And office of Mir Bakshi. See, Mir Bakshi, when you say Mir Bakshi, immediately you have to remember Mughal Empire. Okay, let us see. Yeah, see, in the Mughal Empire, Mir Bakshi, Mir Bakshi is the administrator of armed forces, and Bakshi is the administrator of armed forces, and he will also take part in the combat duty. But Mir Bakshi is a step higher. He will take only management and semi-combat duty, not full duty. So Mir Bakshi is the head of the army, and that is during the Mughal period. So the office of Mir Bakshi came into existence during Khilji is wrong, and um, the Ikta system of Sultans of Delhi was an ancient indigenous institution. No, the Ikta is basically an Arabic word. Okay, it means administrative regional unit. It is a unit of administration, and it is considered equivalent to a province, a state. And it was initially introduced by Iltutmish in India. Okay, so Delhi Sultanate. If you look at the Delhi Sultanate is very important topic. So Delhi Sultanate, first you have the slave dynasty. Okay, Kutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Rajia Sultan, only women, 1236 to 40, and Balban, Ghiyasuddin Balban. Iltutmish introduced Chahalgani, Balban destroyed the Chahalgani, all those things are important. And the next important is Khilji dynasty. And the Khilji dynasty also, Alauddin Khilji brought in so many reforms. So, see, these are the important departments under Delhi Sultanate. Very, very important. Okay, and Diwani Arz, okay, is military. Bandagan means Department of Slaves. Khwaza-i Mamalik is justice, and Khairat means charities. Kohi is agriculture. Insha is correspondence. All these are very important. Also, we are talking about Amil, right? See, these are several officers. Wazir means chief minister in charge of revenue and finances, and this we are talking about the central level. Okay, just go through all these things. They're all very important. And provincial level, we are talking about Amir. Amir is the governor. Okay, so the governor is responsible for revenue collection and everything, right? At the provincial level. So if you look at the question, is saying about in the revenue administration of Delhi Sultanate, in charge of revenue collection was known as Amil, which is you can say true. Okay, that is reasonably true. Amil is the governor, and he is at the provincial level. He is in charge of the revenue administration. At the central level, if you are talking about a central level revenue administration, you can say it is Wazir. Remember that. If there is Wazir is also like the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, in charge of revenue and finances. Very important. Okay. So, Amil was also called as Amal Guzar. That is also important. Okay, Amal Guzar, Amil, all those are same thing. And ICTA, we have seen, is not an indigenous institution. It came from, you can say, the Persian side, etc. Okay, Persia means in current day Iran. It is in Western Asia. So it came from there and it was introduced by Iltutmish, who is what you say the important leader in the ruler in the slave dynasty, which is the first dynasty. The slave dynasty also called as the Mamluk dynasty. So the answer would be one only. Only this is correct. Ikta system is not indigenous. It came from Persia, and Mir Bakshi is Mughals. So Saint Nimbarka. So if you look at Bhakti and Sufi movement, Nimbarka, he was the contemporary of Ramanuja, who propounded the Dvaita Advaita philosophy. Very important Ramanuja, and he was the preacher of Vaishnavite Bhakti in the Telangana region. He was also founded the Sanak Sampradaya. So that is Nimbarka. And if you look at see Ramanuja, Adi Shankaracharya is one of the foremost Bhakti site. Okay, 6th, 7th century like that. Very important. Shankaracharya. He gave the Advaita philosophy. All those things are very important. And if you look at Saint Nimbarka, see Nimbarka is here. Okay, Saint Nimbarka is in this region. Okay, you can say the Telangana Karnataka region, and he belonged to the 12th century. Okay, and Ramanujacharya also belonged to the 12th century, and Adi Shankaracharya belonged to the 8th century. So Adi Shankaracharya is relatively the first one. So you try to remember the centuries also because they might ask to keep an ascending order. Okay, so first came Adi Shankaracharya, next came Nimbarka and Ramanujacharya, and the similar time Basavanna. Basavanna is also very important. Recently in Karnataka politics, we see the Lingayats, right? The Lingayats, and Basavanna is the major prominent leader of the Lingayats. So this is also frequently in news. It can be asked, and later on came Namadeva, Chaitanya Prabhu, and last came Sant Tukaram, etc., Ekanath, all this. So remember briefly, so Nimbaraka was a contemporary of Basavanna and Ramanujacharya. And Akbar came later on, right? Mughals means 1526 and after. So definitely Saint Nimbaraka was not a contemporary of Akbar, that we can be sure. Saint Kabir was greatly influenced by Sheikh Ahmad Sirhandi. So if you look at the Bhakti and Sufi movement, Saint Kabir was born in around 15th century early, and Sheikh Ahmad Sirhandi, he was also part of the Sufi movement. He was an Islamic scholar. He lived in the 16th century, etc. Like that. So this is also wrong. So I would say neither one or two. So both are wrong. Saint Nimbarka is a contemporary of Ramanujacharya and Basavanna. Okay. Saint Kabir, the followers of Kabir Panthis, etc. All that is very important. He is not what you say. Sheikh Ahmad Sarhandi came later on in the 16th century. So that is also wrong. Fine. So if you look at this fifth question, Tansen. So in Akbar's court, Tansen is one of the Navaratnas. Okay. This Navaratna concept was also there in Chandragupta too. Okay, Chandragupta two's court also there were Navaratnas. There you have Dhanvantari, Shanku, Kalidasa, etc., etc. All those things, Varaha Migra. All that is very important. Again, in Akbar's court, you have the Navaratnas. And Tansen is considered one of the greatest singer. They say that such a singer did not exist 1,000 years before or 1,000 years later. So he was such a great singer. But Tansen was the title given by Raja Vikramjit of Gwalior, not Akbar. Akbar gave the title as Mia. That's why he's called Mia Tansen. This Mia part was given by Akbar, but Tansen was given by Raja Vikramjit of Gwalior. So option A is wrong, right? Um, Tansen was the title given to him by not Akbar. And Tansen composed Drupads on Hindu gods and goddesses. Yes, he was very famous for most of these, what you say, mini ragas. This Raga Darbari, and these several morning day ragas, midday ragas, etc. Seasonal ragas were there. Multani, Bhairavi, Todi, etc. etc. And he compiled around 300 Drupads, etc. Okay, and they were called as Gauhar Bani. All these things are important. So he composed several Drupads on Hindu gods and goddesses. This is true. And he composed songs on his patrons, especially Akbar. Okay, because he was part of the Akbar's Navaratnas. He also composed many songs utilizing Akbar, that is praising Akbar, etc. All those things. So he composed songs on his patrons, especially Akbar. And he invented many ragas. As I said, he invented many night ragas, morning ragas, all those things. Okay, just go through some of those ragas. So look at the sixth question. So who among the following Mughal emperors shifted emphasis from illustrated manuscripts to album and individual portraits? So if you look at the Mughal Empire, if you look at Jahangir, he is very famous for these portraits. Okay, and when you say Mughal Empire and painting, first thing that should come to your mind is portraits, portrait painting. And who is more prominent? I mean, person for painting is Jahangir. Okay, these are the portraits of the kings and the queens. So these portrait paintings are very famous for Jahangir. And also, if you are looking at paintings, so the Mughal Empire, yeah, the literary works and all those things are very important. And if you look at, see, these are the Navaratnas of Akbar. Abul Fazl, very important. He wrote Aini Akbari and Akbarnama, Faizi, and all these things. And Tansen, Raja Deepak, Meghrahar, Raja Birbal, everyone knows, right? Akbar Birbal stories. Raja Todarmal. It's called the Todarmal Bandobast. Okay, the administrative system of Akbar. And Raja Mansingh, Abdul Rahim Pani Kanan, Mirza Aziz Koka. So all these are very important Navaratnas. And also paintings, these are the famous paintings. And look at Jahangir. The main themes of Mughal paintings revolved around events from Jahangir's own life, portraits, birds, flowers, animals, etc. One of the most popular examples of Mughal paintings is Jahangir Nama, illustrations of the Jahangir Nama, which is a biography of Jahangir. And also, who are the great painters? Mansoor, Abdul Hassan, and Bishan Das. Remember this. Mansoor, Abdul Hassan, and Bishan Das were the great painters in the court of Jahangir. Okay, very, very important. When you say Jahangir, first thing should come to your mind is paintings. And who are the famous painters? Mansoor, Abdul Hassan, and Bishan Das. Portraits of animals, all those things. So, option C, Jahangir is the right option. So, if you look at the seventh question, with reference to Mughal India, what is the other difference between Jagirdar and Jamindars? See, Jagirdar system, Jagirdars are basically high-ranking officials, okay, in the Mughal court, and also they held individual ranks, and it is called as the Mansabdari system. In Mansabdari system, you had what you called Jat and Savar. See, Mansabdari system is very important. You had Jat and Savar. The ranks were divided into Jat and Savar. Jat means the personal rank, and Savar is the rank which indicates the number of cavalrymen you have to maintain. Okay, and the Mansabdars received payments through land called as Jagirs. So that is why they are called as Jagirdars. At the same time, the Jagirdari system is not hereditary; it is only based on merit. Okay, that is also very important. Okay, Jat and Savar, etc. All those very important. Jat is the individual rank, and Savar denotes the number of cavalrymen. Anyway, so Jagirdars were holders of land assignments in lieu of judicial and police duties, which is true. For their duties, they are getting the land. And Jamindars were holders of revenue rights without obligation to perform any duty. Okay, so Jamindars, they just had to what is say collect the revenue. They did not have any police duty or judicial duty. So one is correct. So land assignments of Jagirdars were hereditary, which is wrong. See, Jagirdar system, Jagirdars could be posted somewhere else, and their land, the Jagirs could be somewhere else. Okay, it is just given as salary. So it is not hereditary, it is based on merit. On the other hand, Jamindars were hereditary. The land given to Jamindars was completely hereditary. Okay, they had the right to collect revenue only. They need not do any job, okay, any collection of what is any law and order issues, anything they need not take. And they had their main duty was collection of revenue. So they can detain the peasants, what is say, flog them, all that stuff. I mean, they used to commit many atrocities, but and they were allowed to keep the 1/10 of the collection. Okay, whatever tax they collected, they can keep 1/10 the zemindars, and the remaining they have to give to the crown, the state or whatever. So here two is wrong. So only one is right. So seven A would be the option. This is very important question. Jagirdari system, Jamindari system, all those things. Try to remember. So with reference to cultural history of India, consider the following statements. So most of Tyagaraja Kirtas, see Tyagaraja Kirtas are not in devotion of Lord Krishna, right? Tyagaraja Kirtas are mostly in devotion of Lord Rama. Okay, Tyagaraja was a he was a very famous exponent of Carnatic music, etc. The Tyagaraja Kirtanas and all those are very important. Okay, it's not Krishna. So Tyagaraja created several new ragas. Yes, that is true. Tyagaraja, most of those Tyagaraja Kirtanas, ragas, all those things there. Right? Tyagaraja ragas, very important. And Annamacharya and Tyagaraja are contemporaries. No, Annamacharya is a 15th century Hindu saint. We saw, right? During that period, who was there? Is among the Vijayanagara kingdom, Saluva Narasimharaya. If you look at the Vijayanagara kingdom, there are Tuluva, Saluva, Tuluva, Aravidu, all these things, dynasties will be there. So among that, the Saluva dynasty, Saluva Narasimharaya. If you have seen the movie Annamaya of Nagarjuna, so Nagarjuna played the role of Annamaya, right? And that king, the Salu Narasimharaya, was played by Mohan Babu. Okay, remember all those things. He is the 15th century Hindu saint, and he composed in the name of Venkateswara Swami. Okay, Tirupati Balaji, Venkateswara Swami, Govinda, Govinda, all that you know, right? So Tarlapaka Annamacharya composed on Venkateswara Swami, and he is not contemporary of Tyagaraja. So Annamacharya Kirtanas are devotional songs in praise of Lord Venkateswara. So which is true. So 2 and 4 are true, right? So option B will be the right answer. Option B will be the right answer. So just like Vijayanagara kingdom, Kakatiya kingdom is also very important. And in AP history, it is extremely important. So just go through. And everyone knows this, right? Motapalli Abhaya Sastram of Ganapati Deva. Very, very important. Everyone knows. Which of the following was a very important seaport in Kakatiya kingdom? It is Motapalli. Without a doubt, it's a seaport. And the Ganapati Deva gave the Motapalli Abhaya Sastram. That means anybody can do trade freely. No one will harass you. Okay, that is very important. And also, Kakatiya dynasty in general is very important, especially in South Indian dynasties. Kakatiya is very important. Capital is Orugallu. Capital of Kakatiya kingdom is Orugallu. That is one important point. And in the current day, it is, you can say, in the Warangal region of Telangana. Even in AP history, it is very important. And eventually, it was conquered by Delhi Sultanate. Okay, and Kakatiya dynasty means one thing you have to remember: the foreign traveler is Marco Polo. The foreign traveler who visited during Kakatiya kingdom was Marco Polo, and he was Portuguese. Okay, and he in his works wrote about like the Kakatiya kingdom was very prosperous, etc. All those things. So Marco Polo, Ganapati Deva, Motupalli, Abhay Sasanam, and all those things are very important. Capital Orugallu, current Warangal. Okay, write down all those points. Very important regarding Kakatiya kingdom. In AP history, out of 75 questions, definitely you can expect 1 or 2 questions on Kakatiya kingdom. So regarding taxation system of Krishnadeva again Vijayanagara kingdom is very important. In AP history, we have to go in depth. Even in Indian history, Vijayanagara Empire is frequently asked. So regarding the taxation, the tax rate on land was fixed depending on the quality of the land, which is true. Land revenue was the main source of the what you say the government, and the proper tax revenue systems, everything was there. It was classified into wetland, dry land, orchards, forests, woods, etc. All that is, I mean, if you look at the administrative system of Vijayanagar Empire, you will also the prostitution was what you say it was open. Okay, it was legally there, and the prostitution was taxed, and that tax was used to pay to the police. That is one important point in Vijayanagara kingdom. And private owners of workshops paid industry tax. Yes, you have this chunkam, what you say, some toll tax called as chunkam, etc. So basically, toll tax was there, industry tax was there, artisan tax was there. Okay, so Vijayanagara Empire, it was very prosperous, but taxes were also there. Okay, prostitution was also there. It was taxed and it was given to the police. So, which of the following are true? So it is both the statements are true. Okay, that means C. 10C would be the option. So in the 11th question, we'll continue in the next class.